Anybody will ever see that unless they go back and rewatch the replays or whatnot. But hi, how is everybody? I am excited to get started. So today, let me show you. Let me open up some stuff. Over the last few days, I have been getting this character ready to go into a game development pipeline. Um, because turns out I want to make a video game. Here, let me go ahead and kind of pop her over here so she's got, let me actually switch out, the straight tail to the curly tail so that it's a little bit more appealing. You see, like, there's the curly tail. The thing that I want to do, let's go ahead and let's take a screenshot so we can kind of come over here and I'll switch out the tail again. The thing that I want to do is I want to take her and get her ready to go over into Maya to do some UVs to get her ready so that she can be thrown into Substance Painter and have all the game stuff done, right? One of the things that I did last night, I've got, let me go ahead and solo this out. Here is her low resolution hair, which I, do not have UVs on. Oh well. And then here's her high resolution hair, right? The low resolution hair, it's just decimated, but it should be hopefully enough to be able to get what I need out of it. Out of it. Let me see. Before I do anything, let's go ahead and let's rename things so that everything is... I can take the old eyelashes and delete them. I'm just going to clean out my file a little bit so that we're good and ready. Let me see, fingernails. I'm getting ready to replace my computer so that I can handle more and so that I don't have a buggy keyboard. I'm super excited. It should be on its way before too long. Let's see, eyelashes should be good. That looks fine. I mean, for the size that they'll be on screen, like, it'll never be anything bigger than that. And if I needed to make like a cinematic version of the character, I can go ahead and I can change things, make things more high res, whatever. But yeah, that's good enough for now. Let's see, stockings, bottoms, top bow, hair low, hair high. The naming is important so that when we go ahead and we take it into Substance to be able to do our baking, which I will not be able to do on this computer. I'll have to do it on my work computer for now. When I get to that point, it's going to want to be able to compare meshes at the same name. So that'll be important. Let me see. At which point I'll have to have a low version and a high version of each. I was gonna say, like, why is everything? There we go. I feel better now. It's like, good grief. All right, let's get this turned down to low. Let's say dynamic. Let's turn off dynamic so that way I don't have to worry about it bothering me. I'm going to say cage. The thing I want to do right now, and in fact we're going to have to take... Okay, cool. Let's take this. I'm going to say delete. Okay. Good, we got that cube up there. We're gonna say body, and I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna say cage, so that way we have this. I'm going to say Control Shift D, so that way we've got two copies of this. I'm going to have a body low and a body high. Okay, so geometry. I'm going to say delete lower. So this is fine. This looks great. This is my final look for this character. let's go through, rename it. And what's cool, underscore high, body, and you'll notice that I'm using an underscore lowercase for the low versus high. So here are horns. Let me see, Control Shift D. We'll say underscore high. And we're going to use a cool trick to make sure that we have all of our low resolution assets visible, and then another, you know, like visibility sets is the name of this trick, right? So we have our visibility sets right here. Let's go ahead and rename this low. Oh, there we go. For some reason, I was looking at this, expecting this to zoom in, and I keep forgetting that I'm working off to the right. I'm trying to like zoom through stuff because I only have another half hour for lunch, and I want to be able to get stuff. You know, I want to get stuff done, right? Delete higher. Cool. And then for this, you just go ahead and take it and just level it up so that it's nice and good. Okay. Tail, same thing. Okay. So here's going to be our, oops. Low. Control Shift D. Height. All right. With this, let's go ahead and turn off that. This should be fine. I probably don't need to have it any higher than this, and the reason I feel like that's probably fine is that, hey Kareem, how you doing? The reason I feel like this is probably fine is that it's, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and smooth out the normals inside of Maya, and so, you know, to be able to have things work out, just it should just work out just fine. And then that should work out. That should be great. That should be great. Okay, so let's see. Let's say that's good there. We'll come down. The eyes currently have, I think they have subdivisions, like dynamic subdivisions turned on. Let's go ahead and say apply, just so that we have the high resolution. Here, let's go say underscore low, duplicate, rename, underscore high. So now we can come up here and we can say what's going on. Okay, so now we can come over here, geometry, cage, delete higher, and that'll work for our eyeballs, right? That's just fine. You see that the size-wise, they match up nicely. Should be great. What's nice is that the eyeballs technically don't need to roll. They don't need to rotate. They don't need to do anything. They're just there. And so everything else would just be kind of moving around it. So we've got this. There's the high, there's the low. Okay, teeth. Same thing, we'll come down here, we'll say apply. So now we've got these, you know, beautiful teeth. And we will say Control Shift D, just to be able to make sure that we have our high version. Oops. Let's go ahead and make sure this is capitalized. Let's go up. These are some nice teeth. Thank you so much. What's funny is that they don't transfer between characters very well. They would work really, really well for these characters, for my food demons, but they will not work very well for anything else. So here's my low resolution version. They actually have quite a bit of topology to them. I'm okay with that. I'm fine. Let's say cage, delete higher. That way it's got the same kind of look as everything else there. It should hopefully bake all right. If not, then oh well. If not, I might just have to use the low resolution version to bake onto itself or something. I don't know. We'll have to see kind of how that works. So teeth low, teeth high. It's the hair high. We've got the hair low. We got the bow. Okay, the bow is something I need to change. The bow is something that needs to be fixed because it's got a lot of geometry in the middle that we don't really need to worry about. See, yeah, it's got all these polygons in here inside, and so like the bow itself. Let's see. I mean, it's only 900 polys. I'm curious. I'm thinking about taking this and making the low poly. Here, I've got an idea. Here, let's say bow. Oops. Underscore high. Always apply. There we go. Then we can say crease, uncrease all. Okay. So now, got some things here. Things that I want to do. Let's go ahead and say Control Shift D. I want to go ahead and take my subdivisions all the way down. We'll say cage to be able to keep those so that we have low and high, low and high. That actually feels quite a bit better. Yeah, it feels more spot on actually. So we'll say delete higher on the on this. And then what I want to do, let's go ahead and say what I want to do is I want to merge these together so that it's all nice and smooth. Let's see if we can get, yeah, there we go. Cool. Okay, and then I wanted to check and make sure just to see kind of how far into this I can slice. Try to get rid of what I can here. Let's say polygroups, auto groups. And I don't need my symmetry turned on, so I'm just going to turn that off for right now. Let's say geometry, modify topology, delete hidden. Let's get rid of the stuff that's in the center now. I'm going to take this and this. In fact, maybe even, let's get that loop too. Let's get this. Okay. you know what? Let's say instead, let's say polygroups, auto groups. Okay, I'm going to say delete hidden. So now let's go ahead and we will bridge these across. Bridge edge to edge, edge to edge. Control Shift A just to make sure that that's working right. Control Shift A, sweet. I'm just like continuously going through and paranoid that things are not going to be lining up quite the way that I'm hoping they will. Let's go ahead and check that out. Let's get the other side so that this is nice and filled in. Control Shift A just to make sure that we're not going off the rocker. There we go. Oh, something didn't work. Okay, first edge, second edge. Doesn't seem like it's wanting to work. Let's see if we can try something else. Let's hit double. Double, toil and trouble. Oh, that's a mess. I'm not sure why this is like this. There we go. Bridge those two. Control Shift A. No? Nothing? Huh. Well, it looks like it's trying to work. I'm curious why that's inside out like that. Yeah, let's do this. Let's come over here. We'll say geometry delete hidden just to make sure this is nice and clean. Here, we'll just go ahead and we'll start over here, because I think that this will be the easiest way to get this to be clean. Start from a place where you can control easily what's going to happen. And the whole idea behind having this bow closed on the low poly is to be able to bake the high poly detail into it so that it looks like it has a hole rather than actually having the hole. This will cut down on my poly count usage. This will make things a little bit easier for the engine to handle this particular character. Bridge that across, bridge that across, bridge that across. All right. Cool. Let's go ahead. I'm going to say, with the exception of this middle area here, I'm going to say I make those the same poly groups just so that I can keep track a little bit more easily of what it is that I have. Let's go ahead first and second, Control Shift A. Good. That one worked. Control Shift A. That one did not. Okay, let me see. Yeah, that one didn't work. Good golly. It's like it keeps wanting to bridge from the wrong polys. There we go. And now let's go ahead and see if we can get this to fill in nice and easy. Like, sometimes it's just finding the right place to be able to connect these things. There we go. Okay. So right here you can see we've got this nice thing, and we've also got like this cap right here. We got to fill that in so that it's not gonna die. So let's do this. We're just gonna insert single edge loop. Boom. Boom. And let's take this and we'll say stitch to end point. We'll make sure that our whole bow is visible. Whoops. Stitch that to the end. Oh, we got to insert a loop down here on this end of the bow. Close that in. Okay. Oh, we got a couple of nasty bits of topology right there. We're gonna have to, let's do this. We'll grab that. We'll grab this. We'll grab this. This is non-manifold because it's bridging between, you know, something that's already closed. So we're gonna go ahead and take that. We'll say delete hidden. Ooh. And that's not even closed up, so let's close that. Everything looks like it should be good now. Cool. Cool. So there is our low. Low. I need to make sure that the shirt fills out that area, or else it's not going to work quite as planned or as intended. Okay. Now, with her clothing, one of the things that I had thought about doing was just projecting her clothing onto her body to see if I am. I will be like revealing bits of it at a time. For right now, I'm just going through and kind of, you know, showing some process of, you know, actually like the behind the scenes, making of, you know, that sort of thing. But it's just to be able to document the process, I guess. So for this top, let's see. Let's go ahead and rename this top low. Let me see, is this doesn't have subdivisions, so let's go ahead and add subdivisions. Top, high. Right now what I'm doing is I'm trying to go through the process of just getting my character, this first character. This is the first character that I'll actually be taking through the entirety of the pipeline to get her into the game engine, you know, texturing and surfacing, getting her rigged and animatable, possibly even adding some like idols or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see what we do. For anybody who's seen before, I've got my first food demon down here. This is Sweet Tooth. He's not game ready. He's currently a sculpt that I have him up on my shelf right now. And he's kind of delicate, so I don't feel like taking him down. But he's awesome. I love Sweet Tooth. And the thing that I'm working on right now is really just kind of taking these things and getting her so that she's game ready. Um, Started from the sketch. In fact, I've got the whole process up on my Instagram. If you're interested in checking that out, let's go ahead and say bottoms. Nope. Control Shift D. Bring that up. Bottoms. High. Yeah, and then since I had a little bit of time during lunch, yeah, Pumpkin Spice. Yeah, she's Pumpkin Spice. This is her name. Um, to kind of represent the freak accident that occurred and creates a seasonal oppression. Her influence is such that it changes entire cafe menus uh, months at a time. Yeah, it's a fun. She's really fun, and I'm super excited to be taking her in and moving her into you know into other parts of the pipeline. Um, it should be a blast. It should be a blast. Let's go ahead and say apply. Going to go ahead and add one more subdivision level to that, I think, just to keep it smooth. We'll say stockings underscore low. Make sure this is in here as high. Okay, it's looking good. And then the shoes. You'll notice like I have the shoes capped off so they don't have inserts for toes or anything like that. So yeah, the food that she represents is really just anything pumpkin spice. The lattes, the bread, the muffins, the cereals, everything, right? Um, she's just kind of the evil overlord of all things pumpkin spice. It's pretty fun. It's really exciting, and my kids are super excited about it too. Okay, there's shoes low. Shoes high. Now, not all of these things have UVs. I'm probably going to have to wait to get to some of those things another time. Let's go ahead and delete higher. Okay, is that the last? No, I guess I still have some things down here, so let's go ahead and keep going, I guess. Here, I want to make sure that these are not super crisp. Let's see, let's get smooth divisions up to 3. Let's take our crease level down to like 2. That way it still holds the shape really nicely, but I don't have to worry about it being so insanely crisp that it's just an absolute definition of the line. In fact, before I commit this to anything, I kind of want to give her just a little bit more shape to this brow. Oh my goodness, I am having problems navigating today. See, this is kind of cool. It's kind of creating not quite like a smooth transition from face up into the brow, but it's, that's pretty nice shape that's making. I'm going to give her brow just a slightly different shape. Okay, so now we've got that. Cool. Okay, so now we've got that. Let's go ahead and say apply. Boom. Got eyebrows. Underscore low. Control Shift D. Rename. Underscore high. What's nice is we don't have to worry about doing UVs for everything. We only have to do UVs for the for the low res stuff. And we'll get to that. We'll get to that eventually. I don't know that we'll get to any of that today, but we'll get this exported out of ZBrush over into Maya. So hopefully that we can make it so that it's ready for all the UV stuff. Her body is already UV'd, and the idea behind that is that it will allow my it'll allow me to use her body as a base mesh to be able to create other characters. So we got eyebrows high and low. Delete higher. You know what? I want to have this with like just one more resolution than I would have had, just because I feel like that holds the shape better. It looks more appealing. Should be better. So yeah, that's low. This is high. We already have it named, right? That's low versus high. Nice eyelashes. Now these eyelashes are super simple, but if I hit my smooth preview, you can tell it's not going to hold its shape the way that it needs to. So I need to add in some support loops or something to make sure that these hold shape better. Let's go ahead and add in loops here and here. Should be the same on each side, which is great. Loop there and there. And that looks like it works pretty well. This is maybe coming out a little bit too far back, so let's grab this and just pull it forward so that this matches up with the eyelash itself. Let's go ahead and give it a little bit more thickness, a little swoosh out the back, something like that. I do feel like it's not quite as shapely as I would like, so there's going to be a little bit of a need to kind of push and pull this so that it gets the shape that I need. That's better. I like that. Let's go through, insert one here, just so we can make sure that we have the resolution we need just to be able to make that shape. There we go. Let's rename this eyelashes low. I'm going to say apply. Okay, good. I'm still connected to that. I gotta tweak this shape just a little bit more. I like some of what's happening here, where it's getting like that kind of like a change in the acceleration of that curve, where it's kind of coming down and then it's kind of like hitting a peak and then it's swooping out the other direction, or swooping out the end. Um, I don't need anybody to boost my channel. I just have fun. Okay, so I've already got this titled low. Let's come over here. Let's rename this one high. Okay, to the low one, let's go ahead and step it back. And that should be great. Say delete higher, just because we don't need the subdivisions. Okay, so we got low, low, low. These should be fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say geometry. I'm going to say apply. We're going to say earrings low. Duplicate. Rename. Oops. Spell that correctly. High. Geometry. Delete higher. We are almost there. Fingernails, the last one. Yes. Okay, so the fingernails, 784 points. That's not too bad. But I think it can be less. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start by let's go ahead and say geometry apply. Let's rename this low. Control Shift D. Rename this as high. Hello. Okay, so we've got this. Geometry, delete higher. I'm going to get rid of a few things. I'm going to get rid of a few spans. I'm going to get rid of anything that I feel like I technically can get away with not having. For the sake of making sure that I have the most minimal geometry possible. Let's go ahead and say collapse polyloop here, just to get this to be, this bottom doesn't need to have as much topology to it. And we're down to 400. That's probably fine. That's probably fine. I think we could. How can we? Well, we can do this. We can do this. Let's say collapse edge. Collapse this down. So, and we gotta keep in mind this is for a low poly. So I mean we will be having some triangles in this mesh, but we're trying to make sure that we keep the points around the outside, because that'll help us to keep the silhouette shape. And I'm trying to figure out whether or not I want, let's just kind of smooth in these points here, because that'll help to kind of even out the shape some. That. Okay, it should in theory be doing the same thing on both sides. I I try not to stress in making sure what's happening on both sides every time I work on something, but you never know, you know? Okay, that's looking good. Yeah, sometimes it's worth checking, but I'm going to pretend like it's just going to be okay, and I'll check it later. Almost there. Did I already do the thumb? I can't remember. We'll check that in a second too. But I mean, look at this. We have gone down so much in our poly count by doing this. Let's do... Just kind of converge that into the center. Do, 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 do. Okay. Look at how much we've gone down. Over half. So nice. Okay, so those fingernails are looking nice. Yep, and it's the same on both sides. Perfect. We got our symmetry. We are good and ready to go. We've got our low fingernails and we've got our high fingernails that are going to bake to get our normal maps and things like that out of. We have, let me see, just to double check, we've got the names nicely added in. Fingernails. We've got everything, dude. This is amazing. Okay. So now what I'm going to do real quick is I am going to make a low and a high. So here we're going to make the low. We're just going to turn off all the high. And I'm going to turn off the extra tail too. So this way we can use selection set or visibility sets to be able to export our low FBX and our high FBX. And since the naming will be handled already, we don't have to worry about renaming things when we bring it into. Oh, look at that. The stockings are a little bit off. I'm gonna try something real quick just to make sure. Yeah, it's off like that too. I'm gonna have to fix that. Let's go ahead and switch it back to the low poly. Come back down to the stockings low. I'm pretty sure we got rid of the subdivisions here. So what we're going to do, let's delete this. Come down to the stock. Let's hit save. It's a good idea, right? Do you want to replace it? In fact, no, let's version up. Let's come over here. We'll hit 3. Eventually we'll have to move stuff over into You're that guy on TV. Chose dinner with Jay-Z over. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I'm not going to choose dinner with Jay-Z over 50K. Ain't no reason. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's change this to the high poly so that I can make sure that this is... Yeah, definitely no reason to choose dinner with Jay-Z over 50K. It's not going to do me any favors. Golly. You're remembering that one wrong. Somebody did say that dinner with Jay-Z. No, but it's one of those things too, though. where if you have a plan for how to implement like a pathway to something better, you know, that's doable, right? You know, people can make some good things happen. Um, let's go ahead and switch to. Dang. I am going to say with the stockings, let's try this. Let's say cage. And then we'll delete higher. Because the thing that's happening is that as I bring it down in resolution, it's losing volume. But yeah, that should work pretty well. Okay, so stockings low. We've got the shoes high turned off. We've got the brows high, eyelashes high. I don't have anything organized the way that I would like normally to have it organized. It's kind of driving me nuts. But yeah, so there's our visibility set. Let's grab these shoes and just make sure. I think what we need to do, let's go ahead and let's add in an extra edge loop. But yeah, I mean, if you've got a plan for making things happen, you know, because of meeting Jay-Z, like, you know, that could work. It could totally work. Going to Mexico for 4 days? Nice. Do you have family, or is it vacation, or what's the plan? You know what? I am going to say let's leave the shoes as they are right there. Can't name more than 2 Jay-Z songs. I can't name any off the top of my head. I know he's done a few with Beyonce, but I can't name too many of her songs either. Oh, yeah. It'd be like that. Okay, visibility set 3. High, 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 high. I gotta make sure that this is turned off because we don't need a cube in her head. High, 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 high. Because I think one of the things that I should be able to do is I should be able to take my mesh, just worry about baking it, and then move it afterward. Because of the naming conventions, it should go through, it should name everything just fine. It should be, yeah, it should be just fine. So, oh, the horns. There we go. Okay, that's better. So now we've got the low, we've got the high, or sorry, the low, the high, other way around. The plan is to overdose on the aguas frescas and the quesadillas, the barilla tacos. Ooh, boy. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. Do you go down often? Okay. So here we go. Let's go ahead and start exporting. Without further ado. Okay, so here are some of my settings for everything, right? So smooth normals is one that I like to have on. Binary, I have FBX 2016 selected just because it seems to be the one that gives me the least issues. Have it set to visible so that it only exports what I have visible at the moment. Smooth normal set to 100. Yeah, it's everything's really pretty simple. I don't need to export selection sets. Polygroups as materials, polygroups as selection sets. That's not really important to me. I'm going to close that. Let's say export. We got to make sure we give this the name. So we're going to say FD underscore pumpkin spice. And then we're going to say hi. Okay, hit save. It's going to go through and take a minute to do that, but it should be good. I love Mexican food. Mulitas are my favorites. I really like just especially if they're done well. Like they're not always done well, but I really like those. And then I also like I like tamales. You know, get a good like spicy chicken. Like not the red ones, but the green ones. Like I like the green salsa. You know, it's really really good. And then yes, you know, you can't go wrong with carne asada tacos, right? So good, so good. Gosh, I'm trying to think. Like some of my favorite, I love aguas frescas with passion fruit, with maracuya. So nice. And then, gosh, what are some of my other things? Mole. Don't let the word get out. Dude, everybody needs to know how to navigate Mexican food. I feel like the world would be a much better place. Alright, let's navigate over. Ooh, there's like a major volume change on that bow. Interesting. Okay, I see why. It's fine. It's fine. It should be good. Okay, let's say Z plugin, export, and same name, but instead of high, we're taking it low. They are hit and miss. For sure. Oh no. All right. But yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. I really enjoy good Latino food, you know. Some of my favorites are pupusas, Salvadorian pupusas, cheese with loroco. Those are amazing. I could eat those nearly every day, and I try to. But they're not easy enough to get. They're not right next to me. But there is a place that I just found that's not too far away that we go to, you know, often enough, and it's amazing. It makes me so happy. Let's grab this, pull this over here, because that's where it should be. I'll go ahead and say file import. And you guys can't see what I'm importing, but I can see. Pumpkin spice low end. Let's just say import high first, I guess. My grid is all off. I'll have to go through and fix that in a second. Okay, That's looking good. It looks like I've got some normal issues on the shirt. Mesh display, we'll say unlock normals. And then we'll say inverse. Should be ready in a second. Here we go. Okay, now it looks like everything should be good and golden from all this. It's kind of funny how some of this, oh, I guess it's because not all of it has UVs. It's because the only thing that have UVs is the, I guess the mouth parts have UVs as well. Let's go ahead and deselect. Come on, teeth. Deselect teeth. The rest of this needs help. Let's go ahead and hit project just to be able to make sure that we have something on it. It doesn't matter a whole lot that it doesn't have UVs because I'm just using it for baking, right? I actually can't remember the last time I had mole. Oh, this is gonna be too much for Maya to try to do on stream, so I'm gonna like not worry about trying. Oh, it worked. Yeah, I just need to make sure my UVs stay intact. Not really a big deal since this is the high poly stuff. But you know, let's go ahead. Let's hide that. Oh, and I'm gonna fix my grid too. Let's fix the grid options here now. Let's go ahead and say grid lines every 10 units. 10 subdivisions 2 apply. That's what we're looking for right there. Okay, so now we can just kind of bring this back and we can see, boom, there's our beautiful little character. If we wanted to be able to see what scale she is, like what height she is, we just bring this in. Boom, right there. Okay, she's just a little under 10 centimeters, maybe about 10 centimeters. Yeah, she's about 10 centimeters tall. Pretty nice. All right, let's go ahead and turn this off. And let's import the low resolution. Need to do the same thing here with this piece. We'll say mesh display, unlock normals, flip it good. Cool. And there is our beautiful character, and she is, you know, practically ready for baking here. Lots of stuff that needs to happen in order for her to be ready to go forward. Here, in fact, I can hide this. I don't need that. Let's deselect her body. Let's deselect her teeth because those have UVs already. And everything else needs UVs. So let's just go ahead and kind of bake that out. Okay, so you guys can't see what's happening with the Mole will give you an epiphany. That's funny. That's funny. I was saying mulas. Mulas are, I think that might be what but maybe you heard mole. Yeah, mulas are amazing. Where it's kind of like a quesadilla, but it's like a taco with cheese and another taco on top of it. It's a taco sandwich. It's amazing. It is amazing. There are things that I need to go through and make sure that I have different. So like my tail in here. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and let's add this here, just so that we have everything in one place that we can get to easily. This tail, let me go ahead and grab the tail, and we'll grab that. We'll take the rotate Y, and I'm just going to say 90. Et voilà. C'est magnifique. And now we have a tail. Now, the nice thing about the tail, I can technically just leave it like this. Or I can like go through and I can kind of just double click that. I can say cut. I can say UVs, and I can say unfold. And then if I wanted to, I can go through and I can line up these UVs so that they overlay on top of each other. Hey Jose, how you doing? You always make it like right at the end. It's kind of hard. I don't usually stream in the middle of the day, so I can't blame you for wanting to to jump in. I'm so sorry, dude. But yeah, so yeah, I can either go through, I can match things on top of each other just to be able to save on. Yeah, I'm sorry. Match things on top of each other to save on UV space, which I may or may not actually do. It doesn't matter really a whole lot to me to save on UV space. The character's not super complex, so I'll have everything except for, let's see, let me show you. Here's the body. These are the body UVs. So this is all going to be its own thing, right? Everything else is going to be on its own set of UVs, except for the eyes. The eyes, I guess, technically, they'll have their own glory. These can say boom, boom. Let's say layout. Let's turn on the thing. This, what's the orientation of this guy right here? There we go. Let's go ahead and kind of turn this around. Cool. This one looks like it's already pretty good. This one's probably alright. There we go. Yep, that's alright. This one needs to be kind of straightened out. Let's see if, yep. So that one should end up more over in here. Let's get that straightened out some. Okay. So the eyes, these eyes will be eyes that I share across different models. Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, it's this is going to be a fun series. And you saw that I'm making this into a game, right, Jose? Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. I'm going to go ahead and say assign. In fact, I need to make sure that let's say assign new material to this, because yeah, it's going to be important. We'll say over, say, delete history, Lambert 2. We're going to take that and change this into I mat. Or maybe we can say M underscore I. The reason I want to make sure that I'm naming something a specific way is that when I take it into Unreal at a later point, it'll help me to organize things much more easily. And if I have, MI, I'll probably rename materials inside of Unreal as M underscore the thing that it's for. um, let's see, assign existing material M underscore I, just so that way we have these as the same materials. Having things as the same materials when you're baking is also helpful, so that's something that we're trying to make sure that we have. Oh, here, Shift H. Okay, and then so we've got the eyes, they have their material applied. The rest of this, we're going to say, let's grab the body. Oh, not the claws though. We don't want the we just want those. I'm going to say you know what? I think Unreal can handle UDIMs. So let's try this. I'm just going to assume I'm going to be working in UDIMs. And I'm going to say assign new material. Let's get a Lambert 3. We're going to call it M underscore pumpkin spice. Cool. Okay, so now we have this, and this is all nicely. Yeah, let's go ahead and hide this stuff. The eyes low, we'll unhide that. I'm going to say delete history, and then I'm going to do this optimize scene size. What this is going to do is it's going to eliminate any of my extra materials that are not being used. So I can, come in here, I could say assign existing material, and I only have the MI and the M pumpkin spice. The only other things that are in here are the ones that are here by default, the Lambert 1 and the standard surface 1. So that becomes really nice. A great way to clean up the scene, make it so that it's a lot lower everything. I feel like when you thought of this girl, you're just watching or listening to the Spice Girls. No, actually, this one wasn't even the first one that I'd thought of. I have. This is one that I'm pretty sure I started doing without recording, without streaming. But let me see. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to go through and kind of record and stream now. One, to kind of start to build the fan base around the Food Demons property, I'll say. Because, they're so much fun. And I wish I had pulled up my... what's it called? My page. I need to pull up my page. Let's do this, because this could be a fun thing to show. Instagram. Okay, so right down here, let's come into the video and Food Demons official. So yeah, I mean, it's a super small page so far. It's not gotten very far so far, but it's starting, right? It's starting to roll forward. There are, a few posts, followers are starting to build. It's fun. It's a fun thing for me to go through and start doing, and it's a blast to start to see things come out in 3D. Yeah, obviously I'm taking some artistic liberties. I have some texturing differences, things like that I'll have to go through and experiment with and work on, see what it is that I decide to do later on. But it's so much fun. It's so much fun. So this is the hope. This is what I'm hoping to be able to achieve, to build, to create, and I'll showcase more as I move along, because I do have a lot of other characters already designed, and I'll showcase them as I have a model to show. So I'm hoping to do possibly one a week, or one every 2 weeks. I'll say one every 2 week. Where's the guy on Twitch asking you if you want to be famous? Yeah, yeah, I am famous. My mother has my artwork on her fridge. Yeah, make this someday. Someday this will blow up and it'll be fun. But yeah, it's coming along, and it's going to be a blast. I'm beyond excited for where she's going, and where the project as a whole is going. So that's where I'm going to leave it for now, so I can get back to work. Thank you so much, guys, for coming and hanging out. It's a blast having good people around to chat with while I'm, playing around in the 3Ds. Gosh, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, to say hi, come hang out. I'll probably try to do more of these like lunch hour jams, so that I can try to get some more progress done on this more quickly. And yeah, so feel free to smash that like button, hit subscribe. What is it all these kids say these days? Follow, like, and subscribe for more content like this, gosh. Yeah, we're gonna have fun. So be sure to follow along if you're interested in seeing how this goes. And I'll see you next time I see you. Oh, here, you know what? Destroy this like button. Smash. Smash. Here, let me go ahead and share this this link in case you're wanting to get to it quickly. I need to add this to my links on my bio site as well. So if you're interested in this, let's say copy link address. Boom. Oh, that's not a good link. It's actually probably oh, okay. It'll still take you through. That works. I need to add it to my site here. Join the newsletter. I'm going to start putting out a newsletter, so if you want to subscribe to that, that's that'll drop little sweet nothings in your mailbox every once in a while. Yeah, gosh, we're having fun. We're going places, guys. This is going to be great. This is going to be great. My kids are excited for when I go through and make it so that she is like the sticker. I actually went through and made stickers. You're leaving. Yeah, let me show you the sticker real quick. Not display two. Oh, looks like, do I have one with the? I do. There we go. It's like I knew I had one somewhere. Here is the sticker. This is her. It's not really wanting to focus, is it? It's like it's too bright. But yeah, the hope is to go through and kind of sculpt out that pumpkin at some point too, sometime this month maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. And then maybe be able to render her out nicely, make a rendered sticker. So I'll have like the concept sticker. I'll have the rendered sticker. And just to be able to kind of make a tease for another one of the characters that I have coming up soon. Here's Flapjack. He's a lot of fun. There we go. Oh, that's a good focus right there. Yeah, he's great. He is so much fun, and he's going to be a blast to really pull through. I mean, his arms are made out of strudels, and he's got pancakes for his face. He's got bacon for hair. Yeah, a little strawberry on top of it. Let me kind of pull this up so you guys can look at it. Butter for his nose. He's got eggs for his eyes, which is different from any of the other food demons. Yeah, he's the only one to have a nose. And he's the only one to have eyes that are not just round, white, glowing orbs. Um, yeah, this guy's made pretty much entirely out of food. He has these like maple syrup bombs. So he'll be fun. He'll be really fun. I'm really excited about him. He'll be a tricky one to really pull off in 3D, but I think that he'll be well worth all the effort. Um, Gosh, I want to show more so badly. And I'm not even sure if that's going to be the next one that I do or not, but this is going to be cool, guys. This is going to be so much fun. I've got a lineup of like 15 of these that are all super different and ooh, and like names of more to come. So it's so much fun. I'm so excited. Oh, so much fun. Gosh, what else can I say? Not really much of anything right now. Thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out. Feel free to like, subscribe, follow, all the jazz, right? And gosh, I will see you next time I see you. Let me turn off this laptop web extra. Oh, wrong webcam. Where's the? There we go. Big one. Yeah, feel free to follow and everything. I'll see you guys around next time I see you. Smartest out.